Hello, CSSR champ users. So in this video, we're going to take a look at the statement of revenues, expenses, and change in net position in the end of year financial report. Couple of helpful notes before we dive into champ. Again, please use your audit as a guide for this schedule. This schedule should very closely align with your submitted audit. So please use that as a reference while filling this section out. Again, subtotals will calculate automatically after saving. So they're not going to calculate automatically upon entry, but once you click that save button, you'll see the subtotals calculated. In this schedule, some fields are pre-populated from the schedule of functional expenses. So if you've done that schedule already, you will see them, and if not, you won't, but I'll highlight that in the demonstration. So let's dive right into champ and take a look. So once you've navigated to your end of year financial report, and again, there is a separate video on how to locate this, so check that out if you need to. But once you get into your end of year financial report, you want to navigate to the top right and click on the statement of revenues, expenses, and change in that position. And that will bring you to this schedule. Again, similar to the last video, things should look pretty similar to the Excel form if you're familiar with our previous form. The only big difference in the formatting is the category and subcategory columns, which are effectively the subtotaling. So that's really the big difference in appearance and formatting. So let's enter some data here. And again, as you will need to do for all of these schedules before making any data entries, you need to enable field editing by clicking this button here. And you'll see now you're able to edit by clicking that pencil icon. So let's just put some data in here. Click enter. Here we'll put some data in here too. Click enter. And let's go ahead and click save. Make sure the subtotals are working. I recommend making as many data entries as you can before saving, just because as you could see, it can take a moment to save. But looks like that worked. If you scroll down, you'll see that the subtotals were updated. And let's navigate down to that pre-population section here. So you'll see these expenses, all these expenses are pre-populated from the schedule of functional expenses, and that's described here in the line item description, but you won't be able to enter any data here. So if you try, you're going to get an error, and I'll just show you how it works. So upon saving, it'll just show up zero. The data is not going to go through in these sections no matter what you do. So you'll see that there is some data in the admin expenses line here, and that's because I've entered that already in the schedule of functional expenses. So I'll show you just quickly how that works. So you'll see this is schedule 3, the schedule of functional expenses, and we'll do a separate video on that. But you'll see the administration line 100 subtotal is that 10 million figure. So that figure is being pulled into this schedule. So that's why you see it here. So it's up to you if you want to do the schedule 3 first so that all these expenses are here, or if you want to do it later, you'll just have to come back and make sure everything looks good and save. But that's essentially it. And you'll see there are some validations here. So net assets at the end of year must reconcile with the statement of net position, line 40, total net assets. So if those numbers don't reconcile, you're going to get a validation error upon submission, and it'll tell you exactly what you did wrong and where to go to fix it. But just highlighting that there to get in front of any data validation errors. But if you do get an error, again, it's going to tell you what you did wrong and how to fix it. So that's pretty much it for this schedule, and we will see you in the next video.